Hello everyone and welcome to the Transit Nomad family, Kuala Lumpur city thoughts after 1 week of living like a king. Before we get started, whether you're currently in Asia, Europe, USA or anywhere else, if you haven't done much long-term or long-distance traveling lately, I would like to challenge you to broaden your horizons and give it a try. When you visit new places, you might find yourself feeling happier and more fulfilled with new ideas, inspiration, and motivation to accomplish your life goals. And it's not just my personal opinion, it's also confirmed by scientific research. In the worst case scenario, you'll just learn how to appreciate your home country more. Either way, it should be a win-win situation, and as an active traveler and business owner with experience, I might be able to assist you with trip planning, life coaching, and business consulting, with all the details available at buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. This is where you can also find lots of exclusive content on many different cities around the world, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. With that being said, we are currently located at the TRX Exchange Mall in the capital of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. I have been staying here for over a week and I do have some thoughts that I would like to share with you. First of all, what did I mean when I said 1 week of living like a king? Well, it is a bit of an exaggeration, but what I was trying to say is that I have a very comfortable apartment with a very impressive city view. Feel free to look it up on my channel. I made a little video showing you the apartment as well as the views and talking about it. And it's one of the best places that I've stayed at. As far as I can remember, I've stayed in many different places, but this one is definitely one of the more impressive places that I felt like it was like a luxurious apartment, and it certainly is very comfortable. I'm very happy over there. I enjoy working out at the gym and using the pool, and it's very good for cooking. The kitchen is huge, the furniture is very comfortable. It's good for doing remote work. I'm running my multiple businesses from that apartment, so it's very good for all of that, and it's very affordable at the same time. And also, in addition to that apartment, within walking distance, I have all these fancy shopping malls like this one available to me, the TRX Exchange, the Pavilion, and other malls. I really enjoy exploring them. As you can tell, they spend a lot of time and money creating these really cool spaces for people to enjoy. It's not just about shopping, it's also about exploring and feeling comfortable and making yourself happy, taking pictures, exploring, and all of that stuff. So these things are awesome in KL. I'm very impressed about this area and how they designed everything. And the apartment, again, is very comfortable too. But the point is that all these things that I mentioned, they are not enough to have a really comfortable, truly enjoyable stay in a city. Why? Because I like to spend time outdoors. I like to experience city streets. I like to look at the buildings outdoors. I like to go to the parks and go hiking and see all the city sites, not just exploring things indoors, but also exploring them outdoors. And unfortunately, in Kuala Lumpur, it's not as easy to do as in many other cities. What do I mean by that? Well, the weather is really challenging. It's either too hot and humid and sunny, and it's very uncomfortable to be outside during daytime. Also, it might be too hot after dark too. Or if it's not too hot and humid, then it's raining, which is also very difficult if you want to walk around a lot and explore the city streets. If it's raining heavily, it's impossible. So there are very few moments when it's actually okay to be outdoors without suffering, and this makes it very challenging to enjoy the city streets during daytime, or enjoying parks, or enjoying any kind of outdoor activities. And for me, as I get to know myself more and more, I realize that being outdoors is something really important, something really valuable. I don't have to do it every single day, if I can't, but I would like to do it every day or as often as I can. I really enjoy that kind of experience. And on top of all these things that I mentioned, in Kuala Lumpur also they have a really bad driving culture, meaning drivers, they don't care too much about pedestrians. They feel that they own the road, that it belongs only to them, and they don't feel the need to slow down or yell. Even at a pedestrian crossing, at a proper crossing, when you're crossing the street, it happens to me multiple times when I felt like I was almost hit by cars. They just really couldn't care less that I was crossing the street. They just literally went right next to me, maybe like a couple of centimeters away from me. And it was a very stressful and uncomfortable experience, and it made me angry and upset, and part of me wanted to cry, another part of me wanted to yell. I did hit a car with an umbrella on purpose because I was so angry once. The guy just he had zero respect for me at all. And this is something that is very common here in Kuala Lumpur, and I don't want to live in a city like this where drivers don't respect pedestrians. The city should be for people, for everyone to feel comfortable, not just for cars. But in Kuala Lumpur, it feels like outside of these shopping malls, everything is designed for cars more than for people. And I believe because they don't enforce the rules for drivers to slow down or stop for pedestrians, that's why people behave this way. They have a bunch of all kinds of rules, but these things, they don't enforce them, or I don't know what the reasons are. I don't have the answers to all the questions, but the point is that it's very uncomfortable to walk around. And on top of all that, also the infrastructure, the actual crossings, the sidewalks, the traffic lights, they are not designed well. Many times there is no sidewalk, or it's too narrow, or it just disappears, and then you have to walk on the road, sharing your space with all those cars and motorcycles passing you by at very high speeds, which of course makes it uncomfortable even more, and also dangerous. Sometimes you have to use overpasses. Sometimes you want to cross the street, but it's very difficult because there is no direct way. You have to make a huge detour, go 7 minutes in one direction, then use an overpass, then use 7 minutes to come back, creating this kind of 15-minute experience to cross the road instead of spending a couple of minutes as it should be. And this is not just one crossing like this, it's all over the city. The infrastructure for pedestrians is not there. So to make a long story short, what the conclusion is, what I learned for myself, a very valuable lesson for future reference, is just because the city is affordable, and just because it has luxurious accommodations, just because you can get a fancy apartment with an awesome city skyline view, and it looks great, and it costs $30 per day or whatever it is, it doesn't mean that this city is going to give you a good experience. If you want to walk around, if you want to explore, if you want to feel the atmosphere and enjoy the city streets, it takes more than just a comfortable apartment to do that, if that makes sense. And Kuala Lumpur certainly has a lot of work to be done before I can call it a comfortable city where I want to come back and spend more time. I still have a few days left, and frankly speaking, as much as I love going out, I don't feel the desire to go out as much here in Kuala Lumpur because of the bad infrastructure for pedestrians. I like to walk around, and I don't feel comfortable and I don't feel safe doing that. Also the weather, I keep sweating, I keep feeling hot. My body is full of bite marks from all the insects they have here, mosquitoes, ants, other insects that I don't even know. I should have bought an instant repellent spray, insect repellent spray. I highly recommend you do that before you come to Kuala Lumpur, or you should do it as a first thing when you arrive, because it's very likely that something like that could happen, not just to me, but to other people too. I don't know if you can tell, I have lots of bite marks all over my face, and I have them all over my body too, and it makes it harder to sleep. and I had to go and buy some creams, and hopefully they help. If they don't, then I would have to go to the doctor. But to make a long story short, it's not an ideal environment for enjoying the city outdoors. If you want to spend time indoors, if you're okay with being at home and then just going to these malls, they are awesome malls, don't get me wrong. Look at these beautiful decorations, I love them. If this is good enough for you, then you're gonna have a great time in Kuala Lumpur. But if you want to walk around, then it's better if you consider Seoul, the capital of Korea, Tokyo, the capital of Japan, Taipei, the capital of Taiwan, even Bangkok. I feel like it has some more walkable streets than Kuala Lumpur. Also, of course, Hong Kong is way better. Singapore is way better. The only city that might be worse is Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, I guess. But other than that, out of all the cities that I have visited in my whole life, Kuala Lumpur, when it comes to walking around, is one of the least enjoyable destinations in the world. And with that being said, I would like to remind you that I'm currently in East and Southeast Asia for a few months. And during this time, I'm recording lots of exclusive content, comparing many different cities in the region to help you decide which ones you should visit, while also saving you lots of time and money with practical tips on how to get the most out of your trip. For example, Singapore is one of the most expensive destinations in the world, but I know a way how you can save hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars when visiting Singapore, and it's not something that people talk about on YouTube or other online platforms. So head over to buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad using the link below and donate any amount of your choice, no matter how big or how small, to get access to my most helpful exclusive content that covers Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, Hong Kong, and many other cities in Asia, Europe, and the United States. Thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. I appreciate you being a part of the Transit Nomad family and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.